Hello, Fargo. Welcome to our very first Fargo Police Department videocast. This new technology is something that's been rolled out by our Communications and Government Affairs team in partnership with you so that we can keep you better abreast of what's happening with the police department and address any immediate community concerns. While we greatly appreciate our relationships with our local media outlets and will continue to work with them and appear as requested to address questions related to the department, we know that there are also times when you need to hear directly and unedited from me as the chief, and this is one of those times. As you're aware, last Friday we had one of the most horrific events in our department's history. An assailant, unprovoked, attacked our officers with a firearm, shooting and killing Officer Jake Willeen, and seriously injuring Officers Andrew Dotis and Tyler Hawes. Fourth officer, Zachary Robinson, was not hit and was able to engage this assailant, subsequently shooting and killing him and allowing for quick medical attention to our officers. This very traumatic event has affected our department and our community in a number of ways, and our main focus has and will be from last Friday's event be on our community and our department healing and keeping you informed as to how you can pay your respects to our lost guardian, Jake Willeen. As far as the investigation, as you are aware, that's been taken over by the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation and the FBI. So we do not have any new investigative information to provide, other than we know that the officers were at the scene of a traffic crash, during which time they were randomly attacked and were injured as described earlier. In terms of the officer updates, both Andrew and Tyler continue to be hospitalized in critical and stable condition, still being closely monitored. We ask for your continued prayers and thoughts for them and their families as they continue to work through those injuries and work towards recuperating and getting back to all of us. In terms of our department status, our family, our team is still in mourning, working through a very difficult and catastrophic loss. A young 23-year-old man who wanted nothing more than to serve his community. It's difficult on many levels, and everyone grieves differently in these situations. We're also deeply engaged in supporting and praying for our wounded guardians, Andrew and Tyler and their families, as well as Zach Robinson and his family. Zach courageously engaged the suspect who cowardly attacked our team and ended the attack so life-saving efforts could begin for our wounded. We also have other members who are experiencing personal challenges themselves within their own families, and we're supporting them as well. In short, we are strained emotionally, but we are strong as a team and a family, and we'll persevere so that we can return to our most important public safety duty, serving our community. We also know that you grieve with us, and you've shown overwhelming support. That is so appreciated. Our folks are so committed to what they do. It's gratifying and important for them to see this level of support from our great Fargo community and our region. Another great way you can show support for all of our folks here at the police department is by getting yourself a wristband with a logo slogan that was created specifically to help everyone get through this very tragic event. The logo is #WeAreFargoPD, and we say that not just as the police department, but it's for all of you in the community who, as part of our great collaboration, are part of that public safety team. The next big task before us, ensuring that our personnel are well and ready to transition forward, is to make the preparations to properly honor and remember Jake Willeen's service to our community. First and foremost, Jake Willeen and his family will never be forgotten. As part of our commitment to them, we are completing the planning process to honor his service and sacrifice in the manner in which his family wishes. As a result, Jake was cremated in his Fargo Police Department uniform, and his cremains are under FPD Honor Guard watch until his funeral service on Saturday, July 22nd, 10:30 a.m. in Pequot Lakes, Minnesota. The exact address, location, and details of the service are viewable at the bottom of the screen. Now, this funeral location is a smaller venue and somewhat distant from Fargo, about 2.5 hours. But it's where the family wants Jake to have his final resting place, and we are 100% behind their wishes. We also know that our community would like to pay their respects as well. So in order to facilitate that, we'll be hosting a memorial for Jake in Fargo on Wednesday, July 26th, 1 p.m. at the Shields Arena. This will provide an opportunity for all of you in the community who have been so supportive, helpful, and expressed your condolences to come out and pay tribute to Jake Willeen and his service to our community. There's also some donation options that I want to make you aware of. Ironically, prior to this terrible tragedy, a few of our supervisors established what is called the Leadership Care Fund, which is a state-licensed 501c3 originally intended as a mechanism for us, sergeants and above, to support our folks in time of need. However, it now presents a unique opportunity following this horrific event. They have the ability to take in donations as a 501c3. The department supports but does not control the organization or their funding decisions. More information can be found at leadershipcarefund.com. Lastly, we want to thank some folks, and there's been so many people that have outreached, sent their condolences, their support, their prayers over the last 4 days. It's been overwhelming. But as we complete day 4 of some of the most trying times in our department, I want to express my sincere thanks and appreciation of our department as a whole to the following folks. First and foremost, all of our Fargo officers who were on duty that day, who responded to one of the most horrific events that they could ever encounter. They all acted with courage and valor and in very difficult situations in which they find themselves providing life-saving efforts to their friends, colleagues, members of our team. The Cass County Sheriff's Office and West Fargo PD, who came in and took our calls for service for several days in a row. Additional assistance we received from Clay County Sheriff's Office, Moorhead PD, NDSU PD, in terms of staffing and peer support efforts. Our Fargo Fire Department, who did also just excellent, courageous work and immediately jumping out and assisting and providing those life-saving efforts to our personnel. I'm sure that those efforts were very significant in saving the lives of Officer Dotis and Hawes. Sanford Ambulance and the Sanford Hospital staff. The ambulance conveyances, getting our folks there quickly, and that excellent Sanford Hospital staff who provided just premier medical expertise and also significant in saving the lives of our personnel and moving them into recuperation. The Red River Valley Dispatch Center, who had to take on just an onslaught of additional calls and personnel from all entities at one crack, and did a phenomenal job of remaining calm and providing clear direction over the air. The assistance of all of these folks allowed us at the Fargo PD to decompress, catch our breath, and we're very grateful for our relationships and your assistance. To our community, just outstanding support. I can't ask for anything better than what we've seen. I've been in this profession for nearly 40 years, and I'm deeply moved by your overwhelming support and outreach for our department. On behalf of Fargo PD, a big thank you to everyone in our community. The many other local, state, and federal agencies that have also assisted us, the North Dakota Bureau of Criminal Investigation, the North Dakota Highway Patrol, whose immediate response and investigative expertise is much appreciated. Other local, state, and federal elected officials, Governor Burgum, Attorney General Wrigley, Mayor Mahoney, and our commissioners, and the many other elected leaders who have called, emailed, and offered support. All those efforts are greatly appreciated. We can't ask to work in a better city, in a better state, be supported by better folks. So a big shout out and thank you to all those folks. And there's many others that we haven't named here today. We'll catch up with them in the days going forward. Lastly, Jake Willeen, you will not be forgotten, and you're going to be greatly missed. Our family is at an extreme loss with your passing. You were a significant part of what we do, and your spirit lives on every day within us as we go out and we answer calls for service, and we serve our community. We do that every day in your honor, and you'll forever be in our hearts and prayers. Rest in peace. We have it from here.